You're watching New Car Spin. I'm your host Brian Grant, and this is an interesting video because this is actually kind of like a blast from the past. I grew up on this street way down there, and while I lived here, I went to junior high and high school out here in Calabasas. But what I want to show you today is my commute to high school. Back in the day, I would have done it in a 1984 Honda Accord, nothing special. And actually, if you look here, I'm going to do it in something better than that. Unlike my Honda Accord, which had no power steering, no power door locks, no windows, no air conditioning, this has everything. It even has 220 horsepower, brakes from the Golf R, manual transmission, because this is the GTI Autobahn. This is a 2018. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to jump in this car, and I'm going to show you the drive I've had every morning to high school when I was 16. And this is basically where I learned to drive. So this will be an interesting video because I'm not going to say much. I'm going to let the car do the talking. And this is going to be probably boring for some of you, but very zen-like for others. And this may explain why I have so much fun on racetracks. But you'll see my lane discipline. In California, you do not cross the double yellow line. They take that seriously here. So enjoy this. Of course, we have different drive modes in this vehicle, and today I'm going to put it in sport because there's no better way to experience the GTI than in sport mode. So let's go ahead and sport. We're done. Let's go for it. This is my morning drive to school. Mulholland Highway. I think my microphone is rattling a little bit. Sorry about that. Of course, I would have done this at around 7:15 in the morning, so you wouldn't have had these psychotic cyclists on the road, and you might have had a few deer, but I never really saw any. I never ran into any, but this little stretch here is pretty much where you get your ticket. And it used to be passing here. It's now double yellow, so I haven't been this way in a good 21 years. It hasn't changed much on the sides. The road is the only thing that's actually changed. But let's continue going. Obviously, compared to the Honda Accord, this is a much more desirable ride these days. I have GPS, I have air conditioning, power door locks, power windows, power steering, and dynamic chassis control, so we can put this car into different modes for throttle response and obviously for the suspension, damping, things like that. These homes don't look as big or as far away from the road as they used to. We're coming up on Stunt Road. We're going to stay on Mulholland. Sorry about that microphone shatter sound. And you can never tell if there's a graduation party or if those people are just there to hike the trailhead. I don't even know what's there. Well, my morning commute was mostly like this. There were hardly any people on the road. The speed limit here says 45. Back in the day it was 55. But it's always been 45 down at this level. Definitely a good way to test your suspension. And there used to be passing zones here, but obviously people are too stupid and too incompetent to be able to pass anymore. So everything's a double yellow, and if whatever you're stuck behind is whatever you're stuck behind. So I guess back in the day, things were a little better. I don't want to sound like a grumpy old man, but obviously cars have been improved, but the roads haven't. Some areas. By the way, Mulholland Highway is named after some guy named Jim Mulholland, who was an engineer who brought water to Los Angeles from the Owens Valley. He was hated for it by the Owens Valley residents. Here we go, Calabasas High School. All I need to do is make a U-turn. That used to be a parking lot. And what they've never had here in this corner, they've never had a coffee shop. And this was never a signal. This was a stop, three-way stop intersection. Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to pull in right here. And that was my drive. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.